Yo, what's up gamers? KFD0 here with an unboxing of the Studio 86 Dinobot Sludge as we open it up. So this came from Target, australia.com.au. This actually, as of 2 odd weeks ago when I actually ordered it, it actually hadn't been in store shelves yet. So I've been a little bit busy, so I haven't actually been around the shop, so I don't know if it's on store shelves yet or not. You could order this from the, some of the more toys, sort of bespoke toy shops and whatnot, but the likes of Target and Kmart and all those sort of bigger stores had not gotten these in stock yet. This should be online now, I've seen at a few places. Target Australia was the first one which had it. I got it for a fairly good price. It was $10 cheaper than Amazon and the other places. Here's the box. Sludge. Transformers the movie. Okay, so yeah, and Target had a deal on at the time as well for when I signed up to their website for notifications. They gave me another $10 off, so I ended up getting this for $20 off the standard retail price, Australian dollars that is. So let's see. Here we go. That's how it looks. And just get the backdrop out. Those instructions. Usual Hasbro instructions. That you have to transform and all that stuff. So there you go. Instructions. Excellent. Now, interesting. That actually comes as a separate piece. Pull them off. Now, go. What's on this one here? Shield has got a gun somewhere. It's on the back. Cool. Okay. Now, let's see if we can. Put it in. Right. Yep. Done. And there he is. Okay. So we're in a close-up look. Very nice face sculpt there. Overall, proportions in bot mode look pretty decent. Knees giving up, same story. Get to that in a minute. So yeah, legs probably a bit thin. Very top heavy in that sense. It just looks, proportion wise, it's alright. Could be better, but not complain. Overall, I don't mind the detail. This is a bit flappy as well, but at least it's not coming off. Like some people actually just comes off. At least mine sort of stays on fairly well. They are a bit loose though. Can fly. Anyway, so overall the detail's not bad, I must say, but those knees like that is just horrible knees. It's actually made worse by the arm joints being of the correct tightness. This is a bit tighter than this arm, but they are correct. But because it takes a bit of strength to move the arms, the knees then end up giving up as you start trying to rock the arms, and you have to really hold him still to move it. But overall, if you move the other way, the arms can spin all the way around. It's got shoulder joint movement there. This can obviously go more than that due to the transformation. Be past 90 degrees. This can turn all the way around, both sides. The head, the ball joint. This can go up and down a little bit. Knees, 90 degrees this way. You can flip into like a jerwalkie knee thing here if you need to. Turns around, rotates, hip joints. That gets stuck here, but if you move this out of the way, that can go further back. But anyway, feet, do the usual tilt. Yeah. Now comments, obviously that knee, horrible knee. So now let's put him with his other Dinobot buddies. Let's hope he actually stands up. Let's see how he scales next to his Dinobot buddies. Here he is next to Grimlock. Just a fraction taller than Grimlock. I think proportion wise Grimlock is still the best. Slag or Slug, depending how you want to call him. So that's similar size. Bot mode proportion wise, I think Sludge is actually better. I'm not a fan of this that much. It's okay, but you know, it just seems a bit funny, a little bit in the way. So that's how they stand. They do look good together. The original 3 Autobot Dinobots. Here he is next to Siege Tiger Tracks. So they're meant to scale these guys in that scene. These guys are huge. Yep, they are. There he is. Earthrise Shattered Glass Prime. See the size difference there. Siege Jetfire. Oops, a bit. There we go. Siege Jetfire. MP Optimus Prime. While we're here, MP Sunstreaker. Let's see how I was in the midst of reviewing these guys here. Generation Toys Scrapper. So that's the Generation Toys one, not the upscaled Jinbao KO version. So the upscaled Jinbao version would probably stand the same height as him. Actually, no. One more comparison. MP08 Grimlock. Actually standing. Actually, that's not too bad. Move these aside now. I've never actually done this comparison myself. MP Grimlock and Studio 86 Grimlock. Actually, there we go. Okay, so on to the transformation. So first things first. Let's pop out that there. Now turn fist around, pop it in, and here again, pop that in like so. This arm here collapses like that, so it just goes folds down, collapses, and you twist it 180. So repeat on this side, so fold it in like so, and turn it around 180 degrees. Next up, you just move the head out of the way, move these out of the way for now. So, onto the legs. So, fold that down and collapse, like that. Do it again. So, sort of squarish there. Next, you pop this out. And pop this out here. There is a tab in there that sticks into that there, so you just gotta pop that out and it's fine. Next, you need to lift this part here up. There is a little knob here, which is sort of hooks into that spot there. So you do have to sort of pull it down this way a little bit and then out. And it slips up, and then that can then flip out that way. So repeat again on this side. So as I said, move it out a little bit, makes it easier to pop out, and then you can then open this up like so. Okay, now what you want to do, move it out a little bit first, the way. Now you want to turn this 180 degrees, the waist, and you want to bend the knee out from that locked position. This then frees up the knee to be able to collapse in this way. Okay, so when you do that, you'll see that this here, let's do that again, it collapses, pushes in, this folds all the way in, and you see that there's a little gap there, and there's a knob in here, so that needs to go in like so. Oops, not there, this part here. Focus on that part, yep. But yeah, that was a bit loose. But this needs to rotate this way so that it's sort of square. If I move this arm out of the way, notice how that there is sort of at a right angle to where the body is. The leg isn't straight. Okay, and then we do that again with this side. So rinse and repeat. Let's move this out of the way so you guys can see it a little bit better. Rinse and repeat. This folds out. That folds. That goes, slides in a little bit. So across there. So before it was here. There's a gap there. Now this moves like so. Moves down. So the gap's up on top. See that? And then this tab goes into that there. This hips are very loose, so it makes this part hard to do. So you should end up with it yet again. Sort of, that's a right angle. That's bent backwards. Now you can clip the legs together. Try that again. Clip legs together. There you go. Legs clip together. Now you can then bring the tail. Clip the tail together. So, and these can now come up. You can flip this out. Same here, that comes up, so I'll just leave these here for now until I'm ready. Okay, now next part, you need to open up the chest. So that just opens up, spins around, ready, and then folds back down again. And then you just pop it in there. That's that part done. Now the head, this folds in, and this here folds down. You'll see the tabs there. This is, on my version, it's very, very tight to get that tabbed in. Okay, it's tabbed in there. Now here, so in here, this part folds out, so there is a tab in here that locks it into place. You can pop that off the tab, pop it off that tab, and you can repeat on the other side, so just fold that out, and that allows us to then flip out these, and that would also tab in, so that would go into that tab there, you see there, tabs in, and that folds out as well, tabs in. And now for this part here then sort of collapses like that, and this part here collapses like that as well. I think before we close that up, we should close this part here, and we lock them together, put them in, and just again, it's that tab there. I'll pry that out a little bit to make it go in, like that, and close that all back up. Then, actually, that does go in last. Just put that back out first. So you do close this up first. Apologies for that. Yeah, just gotta get everything lined up. Oh man, there's always something just a little bit out of alignment here and there. Okay, now that's done. And now you can put that in again, do that a little bit, fix that a little bit. And there you go. That's that. Take the legs back down. Fix up the head. Rah. And there you go. Dino mode. So in Dino mode, legs can obviously move up and down. This leg moves up and down. That can rotate as well. This can rotate a bit as well. The tail is fixed. The tail doesn't move. The joint can go all the way down to here. It looks funny as though if you want to bend it that far, just because that bulges out a bit. All the way up to here. That's probably not as bad as the other one. The head can go all the way like that, and it can also go all the way down like that. Yeah, so again, that looks funny, but here's what it is there. The head does not rotate in any other way, it can only go up and down, so it can't turn side to side, it can only go up and down. Let's try and get this back there. It keeps falling off because it's a fairly tight joint on the neck. So let's have a look, close-up look. So the side profile, it's not bad. Obviously if you move the leg out of the way, there's this stuff sticking out. That's horrible, that big gap here. Looks like you can fit a little mini transform in there almost. It does feel as if this can sort of fold in here somehow. It can't, but it just feels that way. And if they'd done that, that would streamline this so much better. Like this whole thing here just folds in and collapses back in, and that fills up that section, and then it removes that sort of unsightly thing down there, and that keeps falling off. Detail wise, it's quite detailed. It's got a lot of detail in there. I do like the part where it looks like, it almost looks like a rib cage when you open up this part here. So I'll show you that shortly. The tail's a bit too stubby. That's my complaint. Outside of this part here, you can't really see it, I guess, if you're looking at this, but you can see the tail. It's a really chunky tail. Matter of fact, that's one of the complaints I have with all three of the Dinobots, is the tail was just a bit, they could have made it thinner, and it probably wouldn't have compromised the bot mode too much if they'd made this part here thinner, because it's only part of the legs. But yeah, it's what it is. Gun storage, so any sort of section, put it here if you want. However, there is a spot here for it, so you've got the two holes there, two knobs here. Just go put it in, and there is gun storage. So what I do like is this section here. They did need to do it. Obviously, you don't see any of that because in bot mode this covers it all, and in Dino mode this covers it, but it almost looks like it's a rib cage for the Dinobot, which is really cool. I think a lot of detail in here as well. So yeah, for comparison, here he is next to Grimlock, Studio 86 Grimlock. Right. Next to Sludge. So just do this and capture them in there. Here we go. They all look so good together. Awesome. All three OG Dinobots. Excellent. Now we can just get that away. Next to Siege. Shattered Glass Prime. Yeah, big boy this guy. Not as big as the Devastator, but big boy nonetheless. And here we are, MP Tiger Tracks, and the MP44 KO Prime. As you can see, it's quite big. So, yeah, that's it. So, final thoughts. I was a bit disappointed, to be honest. A little bit disappointed. I don't hate it, definitely don't hate it, but you know, the overall look of this, it's okay, but you know, it's just something here can be better, and the power's a bit thick, and this, you know, when you're moving this around, that whole, it's actually holding on, that seems to pop off too easily, this part here. You know, that big gap here, should do about that, but you know, probably can't see it too much if you pull this out. It sort of just looks strange, but when you're looking at it from here, I guess you don't really notice it. You know, scale wise, it's alright in, you know, in dinosaur mode. In bot mode, that knee joint is absolutely horrible. I must say, when I first opened it, it was yeah, very disappointed in how, you know, you pick it up and it just keeps falling over. That knee joint. I'm glad that I got it for on sale, cheaper price, plus getting that bonus sign up. So another Australian $10 Australian off for signing up to Target. So overall, paid $20 Australian less than the standard retail. So definitely happy with that. Would I buy it again at full price? I'll probably wait for it to be on discount. If it was, you know, knowing that if it was still available, I guess I should say. That's one of the hard bits. You know, if you wait for discounts, it might be all sold out and you don't get your hands on one. How much do you want to complete the collection, I guess? And for me, you know, the OG Dinobots, and you know, when they bring out the other two, Swoop and Snarl, I'll most likely get them too. They'll probably charge me an arm and a leg as well for that, but you know, I'll just kind of have to finish the collection now. Always was a Dinobot fan, so yeah, definitely a bit, I think, given the quality of it, it's a bit, the price is a bit high. So if you're partial to Dinobots, you can potentially skip it if you're partial. If you want Dinobots, but you know, you can wait, then you can pick it up on discount. But obviously, if you're like me, you really need them in your collection. You don't want to, you know, risk missing out. But like I said, I'll probably buy it again anyway. Given that I really do need to, yeah, do want to finish it in my collection. Yeah, said biggest disappointment is the knee joint. However, I still, for whatever reason, I do prefer him over Slag. It's just the shape of Slag is a bit ordinary, I think, in bot mode. Just the proportions aren't quite there, and that there's something just about Slag in robot mode. Just the proportions. It's a bit loose in the wings and things fall off it more so than this. I know some people had this part here come off, the wings falls off. Mine's actually quite good, not an issue. The biggest issues is the knees, which then causes all other sorts of problems during transformation. It flops around and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, that is it for my review, and if you enjoyed it, hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks for watching. Till next time, bye.